What was that aha founding moment for you? Take me there.
Yeah, so I think if you go way back, like I grew up in New Hampshire in a family that owned and operated your classic mom and pop pharmacy. So I grew up in and around pharmacy. And I actually started school as a business major and pretty quickly realized that I thought it was important to have a technical background, like some specific expertise. And so switched to pharmacy. But as you can imagine, I never had ambitions to work like behind the counter at a CVS. Just knew there was lots of opportunity in and around pharmacy. And I'd worked a ton of different jobs at my dad's pharmacy. So worked behind the counter, helped check people out, actually was delivering meds to people in their homes and saw that experience. I just knew there was a lot of opportunities to make it better. It was super frustrating. It was really complicated. So I was in pharmacy school in Boston and doing the classic going down weird rabbit holes in the internet as a college student and buying and selling sneakers, got really obsessed with design, thinking about furniture and architecture, and was just very interested in kind of aesthetic. And then very separately got really interested in startups. So kind of snuck into MIT and they were super gracious. I didn't go to school there. But helped run the MIT 100K, which was like their business plan competition at the time. And I showed up for the first, for like the sort of first meeting with all the students, and they're like, you don't go to school here. And I was like, nope. And they're like, I mean, we're not paying you, so if you want to do some free work, like I guess that's fine. And then I actually started this thing called Hacking Medicine at MIT with Elliot, my co-founder, which was getting just doctors and designers and physicians all together to work on stuff in healthcare. And through that period, kind of like 2005 to 2010, my dad had started this totally new pharmacy that was sorting and packaging meds, actually very similar to PillPack. But they were selling into nursing homes and assisted living facilities. It wasn't a consumer business. And so I always had this idea, like, could you take this kind of core product, but then offer it to consumers and do it in a way that was really kind of design forward and aesthetic. And I think for me, the big challenge was getting the confidence to think I could actually go do that. Like, could I actually raise venture capital? Could I find a real co-founder? Like, just getting like the inertia to believe that I could do that.
Why did you not have the confidence, and what gave you that confidence in the end?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit more of a non-traditional founder, right? I didn't go to like an elite school. I didn't have the sort of normal connections that a number of founders do. At least that was my perception. That's probably not 100% correct, but it was a wacky background, right? I'm a pharmacist. I'm not like a normal entrepreneur in that context. And in hindsight, like, I think it was more my perception than the actual reality, but that was the hurdle for me. I think once I made that jump, it was all from there. It was very natural. It was more like a snowball rolling down a hill. I think it's a lot like if you've ever been skydiving, like, jumping out of the plane is really scary, but like once you're in the air, it's actually pretty chill. And it was like that for sure for me. So we pitched it the first time at like Hacking Medicine, which is an event that we started. So it's kind of wacky, but we won the event, which is very exciting. It gave me the confidence, for better or worse. This was like the fall of 2012. I'd been a pharmacist for about 6 months, so like fresh out of school. And I think within a month or two, we got into Techstars, quit my job, kind of like January of 2013. But I think that it was, for me, it just wasn't an aha moment. It was like, how do we combine like my expertise in pharmacy with my interest in design, with my interest in tech? It was like, how do we put all these things together? And it was a very kind of iterative, natural process in hindsight, right? Obviously that wasn't intentional going into it, but it really was the combination of all these things I was doing and I was interested in that ultimately became PillPack.